Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about the approach, right? This is getting the process started. This is where the rubber hits the road. And what I teach is a very comfortable, easy, simple way to make the approach that I developed years ago because I was such an extreme introvert that making a contact was really hard for me. But I wanted to build a business and I wanted to create something better for my family more than I wanted to stay stuck and more than I wanted to be afraid. And so it was hard. It was so hard, especially years ago. The techniques that they were trying to teach me, boy, you've been exposed to them. People that hype and pressure and push and, oh, you got to do this, you got to blah, 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 the stuff that you're like, ugh, I got to take a shower because of that, right? So I learned this method that I've taught for years. There are hundreds of diamonds in this company that have followed this method. Most are not in my downline, although I have many in my downline, but most are not because this just helped them so much. And anybody can do it. And that's the beauty of this. Remember, in our work, the need is great. People need what we're doing. We're doing people a favor by sharing this with them, right? People have so many needs and they're a little bit hopeless or a little bit confused or a little bit scared about what's going on in their life with healthcare costs and with their state of how they feel and with what's happening around them. People are constantly seeing people around them suffering and, they're struggling with money and they're worried about their jobs. And, people need a real, fair, honest, good opportunity. And we have this opportunity that is so good. And these products are the best. They are the best you could possibly introduce to someone. So you're doing someone a favor. You can't make them do it, and that's okay, right? It's just our job to open the door, to be the messenger. So the need is great. So the platform behaviors, and this is all in my process book, which you should read over and over and over, because repetition is the mother of skill, and of course doing it is going to show you. You'll get very comfortable and very effective very fast following this. And everything I teach you, by the way, is applicable to utilizing it through social media or through direct message or through text, right? You just have to do it in the right, proper ways. So the platform behaviors are being nice, honest, and respectful. That's how we work. That's what we teach. We don't pressure. It's nothing wrong with asking a question, but we don't pressure, right? We do ask questions and we do ask for orders and we do ask people to get started and we do ask if they want to join us. But if they resist, we don't pound them into the sidewalk. we say, okay, hey, it's up to you, bottom line. And so remember, 2 in 10. That means that the majority of people you talk to are going to say no to you. And that's okay. Think about it this way. You get paid for every no. That's essentially how any business really works. You get paid or you're earning. Let's put it this way. You're earning for every no. So let's say, for example, you make $10 when someone says yes. Well, you could say, hey, I earned $10 because they said yes. Nope, that's not how it worked. You earned money for every no. You got paid on the yes, right? So if it took you nine no's to get the yes, then you made $1 per no. You just got paid the 10 on the yes. That's actually how it works. And so expect people to say no. Be comfortable with people to say no. You've heard no your whole life and you're still here. It didn't hurt you. As a matter of fact, by the time you were 17, you heard the word no in some fashion 150,000 times. That's a true number. So obviously you can handle it. Okay. So we break the conversation. That's what the process is, the conversation. We break the approach, which is the initial contact, down to parts, right? The first part we call is the reach, right? You can do the reach. Could be a text where it says, hey, do you have a minute to talk today? Or it could be a phone call and you're just actually making the approach by phone call. The preferred is always a real physical conversation. That's always the preferred because there's lots of room for misinterpretation in the written word, right? People see it through their lens and they don't feel you. They can't experience you. They just experience words on paper or on a computer screen that you may have meant one way that they take an entirely different. That's just a fact. So an ideal way is to try to call someone. If they don't answer, then shoot them a text and go, hey, trying to reach you. When's a good time to talk today? Really simple and very effective in that first 32 to 50 to 100 people. That's called the reach. Then once you're in the conversation, you use what we call the connector, right? So the easiest connector is for the first part of your list, right? The part of your list which will be the hardest, actually, in some regards, the easiest to actually reach and talk to, but the hardest on you. My family, it took years for my mother to actually use my products. Years. My sister still doesn't use my products. Think about it. I have a terrible health history in the family. My father died of cancer. My brother died of cancer. My sister's had skin cancer multiple times. She's got a myriad of health issues. She's a little bit older than me. I'm 56. She's 62. And yet, even though I'm about as self-evident as you can get, and I've been doing this for so long, she doesn't use my products. So that's the way it is, right? There's nothing you can do about it. So you're going to have people close to you that you can't believe aren't going to use your products, or you can't believe aren't going to be interested in the business. Believe it. You're also going to have people you think they wouldn't be interested, and they are going to be. So you're going to have both sides of it. It balances out. So the connector is for the people that you know, and which means you know something about their need, right? You don't know all their needs because nobody tells you that stuff, but you know enough, right? You know if they've tried to lose weight or they're struggling with weight. You know if they're into fitness. You know if they're trying to be healthy. You know if they're looking for a way to make more money. You know if they're struggling in their job. You know if they don't like their job. You know if they're dissatisfied with their situation. You know if they're worried about college, paying for college for their kids. You know if they're worried about retirement. You know this kind of stuff. And so the connector is simply speaking right to that, saying, hey, I remember. It's my favorite one. I remember you were trying to lose weight. I remember you're into fitness. I know, right? We're so close that I can say I know. You can say, I think I found something you might be interested in, right? So that's the next step is you make the reach, you make the connection, because that makes them go, yeah, well, that's true. That's a true thing that you just said. And I know that you're calling me because of this specific reason, because you know I'm interested. It'd be just like if, they like blue jeans, or they like Chinese food, or they like action movies, or whatever it is, and you knew about one. And so you say, hey, I've found this incredible program, or I found this great product that I've been using. I've gotten great results. I think it's right up your alley. Something like that, right? And again, in the process book, there's all kinds of language that you can learn and figure out exactly the kind of approach you want. But it's really this simple, right? You just being natural, being normal, being yourself. You might be a little enthusiastic because you do have something that's awesome. But then you make it comfortable. So you reach, you connect, you share what you found. You don't go into a big litany about, hey, I found this company and it's the greatest company in the world, and they make pharmaceutical grade manufacture, and it's this awesome opportunity, and you don't do that, right? Then you're selling to them and they'll resist you. So what you're doing is you're just simply making the connection. And then you're sharing just a nugget that you found something that you believe will be helpful for them. Right? That's really easy. And then you make them comfortable. And you can say, by the way, if you're not interested in this, or if you decide not to use it, don't worry about it. I'd love for you to try it. That's a good thing for you to say, because I am building a business. I'm trying to, help my family out. I'm trying to pay for my college education for my kids. I'm trying to, right? Kind of you can insert your cause in there a little bit and say it'd be great for you to try. And if you did try it, you wouldn't even get it from me. You get it from the manufacturer, and you could get your money back if you don't like it. So it'd be great if you tried it. But you don't have to go here yet. You just can if you're comfortable doing it. But make them comfortable by letting them know it's okay to say no to you. That's just really important to do. And so you're taking the pressure off. And then you just ask. So you want to check this out? Are you open to learning about it? Use the word open. Open is a huge word. Are you open? People want to consider themselves open. Right? They don't want to say, no, I'm closed, right? So don't say, are you interested? Because they can be disinterested, and they don't self-reflect on that. But open is an entirely different animal. So are you open to checking it out? Sure. Okay, I can send you a video. Or, okay, let's have a cup of coffee. Or, okay, do you have time to talk longer? And then you can tell your story. But that's how you handle it, right? It's no harder than that to make the initial approach. When you move farther into the process and you start talking to people that you don't know the need, it just changes a little bit. Because then the connector is what you think of them, right? I consider you a smart person. I consider you You seem like you're into fitness, or you seem like, right, it appears to me, but you're always form it in a positive quality. And then you decide what you're going to approach on. I'm expanding a business. Is weight loss an area of interest for you? Is health an area of interest for you? Are you open to ways to create extra income, right? It's just making a connection, asking a question. Not any harder than that. Keep the approach simple. The people who do this the most position themselves to succeed. And that's all it takes, right? Yeah, you got to do the rest of the process, but it doesn't require super skill. I mean, I've built my whole business, and then I look back and go, oh, that's the skill I developed just because I did exactly what I'm sharing with you. So hope that's helpful for you.